Hello, hello. ScrapNnana here, and I am here for another episode of Scrap Happens. Today we are making a card, and the colors of ink we're dealing with are Sundance, Sapphire, and Papaya. Papaya is one of our new colors. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. I'm going to move these stamp pads up out of the way. We're also going to be using one of our new stamp sets. It's the Candid Moments card making stamp set. I'm going to show it to you this way as opposed to this here because it gets kind of glassy looking. But this stamp set comes with some thin cuts, so you can do a lot of fun things with them. And that's what we're going to do. So, first of all, I just want to tell you, we talk about scraps. Literally what I'm dealing with here are two pieces of 3/4 inch by 4 1/4, two pieces that are 1/4 of an inch by 4 1/4, and then a 3-inch piece of our zip strip. Now, if that's not scrap, I don't know what is, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our adhesive and we are going to go ahead and just put our background and texture paper is going to go all the way to the bottom. One piece will. And the other one will go all the way to the top. That's easy enough, right? Okay, once we've done that, we're going to do the same thing, and this is where I need one of my glue books, which, don't want to lose that. Here it is. As most of you know, I just use these old catalogs. Once I'm through with them, I recycle them, and I use them as my glue book, and that way, if my piece of paper is smaller than my adhesive, I don't have to worry about it getting on my work surface. Okay, and then I will do that, and I'm just putting these on top of that background and texture paper. And there you've got a base for a really neat card that you could literally do about anything with inside this little frame, let's say. Okay, now what I'm going to do is come in with some of our papaya. I'm also using some of our papaya, shimmer trim. Boy, I need to get to thinking here, girls. I'm not speaking clearly. Some papaya shimmer trim. And I'm just going to do a little banner cut on the end of that. Or you could do a little side cut or whatever you like best. And then I'm just going to lay this along. I'm leaving not quite, between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch, just something to put along the bottom there. And then I will put my 3-inch piece of my zip strip on top of that, and I'm going to put both those over to the edge, but I will have my zip strip overlap by maybe 1/8 of an inch onto my shimmer trim here. Okay, so then I'm going to start stamping. So what I'm going to do, I have to tell you, these are a little bit of somewhat intricate on the wording. They've designed these stamps so that you can do that two-tone or ombre effect. So what I've done is on one stamp block, I have hug, the upper half of hugs, and then I have the lower half of hugs on the other one. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the papaya ink, and we are going to use, we will need some scrap paper to stamp off, because we're going to do what we call second generation stamping. This is an older card base that I've worked on. So what I'm going to do is ink up my hugs, the top part of my hugs, and stamp it over here on my scrap. Okay, and anytime you're working with your stamps, ladies, most of you know this, but I do want to point this out. Anytime you're working with your stamps, you will want to ink them up and stamp them off several times, or just take them and rub them on your skin, because there's oils that build up on these acrylic stamps when they're brand new, and so forth. And you just want to remove those before you use them the first time. So I've stamped off my hugs, and then what I'm going to do is just stamp that second generation of hugs right onto my card. Now that is lighter, so you may or may not be able to see that. Let me lift that up. As you can see, that's just the top part of my wording. Then what I did, and this is where it got a little, I had to really kind of think about this because you want this, if you're just doing them one at a time, it's really simple. And that may be the easiest way to use these. But basically, and I'm going to be showing y'all my gray hair here if I'm not careful. Let me see, because I got to stand over it and make sure that I line up my letters. And I want to apologize in advance. I tried doing this a few minutes ago without my glasses, and that didn't work. So I got mine a little close because I always stamp from above, and I really couldn't do that with the camera above us. So, but you get the idea. Basically, this stamp literally will just come in. Let me do this over on a scrap piece of paper. Maybe I'll do better this time. Oh, we got to step at second generation. And I tell you what, getting at these different angles for this camera can be a real chore. Let's see if we'll do any better with that. That one got a little closer on that one. These I just got a little too close together, and it kind of makes me think of, do you guys remember, well, I'm dating myself here. Do you remember years ago when we had the Smurfs were so big? They may be coming back. Everything else from the 80s is. Anyway, it kind of makes me think of the Smurfs because I got that so close. The Smurfs, they always look so short and squatty. So this says just sending. Okay, so just sending hugs. And then what I'm going to do, this set also comes with this really great little heart. There's big and little hearts. And so what I'm going to do is with our papaya ink, I'm going to put a heart over to the side, and I'm just putting the bottom of the heart in the papaya, and then I'll go into our Sundance and do the top of the heart. And I've got these basically on opposite sides of my block, so sorry if that's confusing to you ladies. So there you go, you can see that two-tone out of the one image, okay? And then I will take, with the papaya ink, I'm going to go ahead, we also have a little heart in there, and I think I'm going to second generation this one and just put that up to the side. So there you go. Definitely scraps there. No big stamps at all going on, or paper going on, pieces going on there at all. So this is a great card style to use, ladies, if you've got just a few pieces of something left. And I think this is going to be a really fun stamp set. It is one I'm going to have to play with, and definitely not do on camera where I have to do from the side instead of from above. But look at these great thin cuts. Now I know that's shiny, and I'll try to tweak that there. It's not so shiny there. You get this great bracket with this set. You get two sizes of hearts, and then the words are friend, you, and hugs that you can pop out the letters. And then there's also this great little, I would call that kind of like a little file folder. So I'm excited to see what I can do with that. Anyway, have a wonderful day, ladies.